is Crystal with Pineapple Papers. It is the 5th of January. So today's sketch is from Kat over at Paper Issues. So I am using the Paper Issues sketches all month long. I'm really going to try and have a video for you every day, so I hope this works out. I love this sketch. This sketch is definitely me. So I am using my How to Kill a Kit with Style, which is 3 collections. So the background paper is actually from the open book paper pad. And then the rest of it is pretty much going to be from Hearth and Home from Simple Stories. So I'm going to start with the torn edges, the torn peekaboo areas in the sketch on the top and the bottom. And I'm using some leftover green foliage paper. And so I just trim off that paper and then I attach some tape runner around it and glue it down and then just cut off the extra. So I do think that I was planning on using these cut aparts, but the good thing is you can always buy more. It's just paper. I have to remember that. It's just paper. Use it if you really need another piece. Purchase some more. So I have these frames from Simple Stories that I thought would be perfect for the layered photos in the sketch. But I decided that I was going to do a little bit of mixed media on the back of my paper. So I got a couple of the splash kits from Spiegel Mom Scraps. I love when she does that at Christmas. So you get sequins as well as some shimmers. So the 2 shimmers that came in the kit, the first one is a regular shimmers in Evergreen. And the second one is an Inklings in Good as Gold. So I'm just going to do the packaging technique with both colors. I kind of tried to figure out where my frames were going to go so you could see it peek out a little bit. It does look like in the sketch that might be a big piece of paper, but I am kind of reading it as some mixed media, as well as the like snowflakes that you see going down. So that is where my mixed media is going. So the Inklings you have to activate with a little water, which I did do, but it soaked it up pretty good. So I do end up having to add a little bit more water, which totally works. And I don't use any sort of like special paintbrush. I think these came from, I don't know, Michael's or something, is like a big pack. And then I just clean off the packaging and I will use it again. Sometimes if I don't clean off the packaging, then I forget and it just gets thrown away. I mean, it was just hanging down there at the bottom anyway. So I'm going to set that over and give that just a smidge time to dry. And while I do that, I am going to back this frame with my photos. So I have 2 photos. We went camping and there's this like beautiful point, I guess you could say, and it had water down in it. It was just gorgeous. So I have a picture of the area and then I had somebody take a picture of my son and I. He's not looking at me or at the camera like I am, but that's okay. And then the other funny thing about this is I know that we took pictures of my husband and my daughter as well. I have no idea where they are. So this is just going to be a me and Lucas page. So, I mean, that's fine. I think I was holding on to try and find the other ones, but I just couldn't. And so since I couldn't find them, I just decided, you know what? They've been sitting on my desk long enough. I'm just going to get them scrapped. So the way I add the frames to it is I don't measure. I just pop the frame on it and then trim around. And that totally works for me. So was a little hard with my big scissors to get down in that crevice, but I seem to manage just fine. I took my T-square ruler and like shoved it down in there to get it, and it worked. So there are my photos. Now I'm going to bring my background back, and it's not dry, but it's dry enough. So we're going to go with it. And I forget what, oh, I think that said home. And so I'm going to cover it up with memories. And then I was like, ooh, this gather is pretty cool. I'm going to do a title of Gather Together, even though if you see up there in that left upper hand corner, I have some Bramble Fox perspectives that say the great outdoors with trees. I'm like that was the whole point. I was going to use that as my title. So I actually don't realize that until I'm done. And then I'm cleaning up and I was like, oh, so I actually will take that gather off and replace it with that perspective. I also add a little die cut that says family. I will take that off as well. So my title will be The Great Outdoors Together. So the together is going to stay, but the gather and family are not. So I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this house on this frame because we're not necessarily at home. So I'm going through the die cuts and realizing, ooh, these are a lot about like food and stuff. So not going to use any of the food ones because we weren't eating anything. But the plants totally work. Like, I feel like the plants can always work. So, I'm going to go ahead and glue down my photos because I do like how they work. And this was brave. Like, that's not dry and I flipped it over. Like, I could totally have shimmers all over my pictures and I would have never known. But luckily that didn't happen. And I did have a little bit of a journaling card that's going to go on the right-hand side there. Nope, that's my left. The left-hand side there. And I'll probably just put where we went and what's it called and the year. I don't really have anything exciting to say about this. This would be a super place to go like after we've had tons of rain. Like this past weekend we had a ton of rain and snow, so I bet there's probably some waterfalls totally going in this area, but I'm not really sure that I want to hike in the snow and do that. So there is that. So at this point I decide, you know what, the house is not bothering me. So I'm going to leave the house and just put one plant. I'm going to add a floral, and then I'm going to make a little cluster down there in the bottom torn area. It's just got a plant and it's a couple of word stickers that says today and live simply. And I think I just add like a heart. And that's going to do it. So then the camera goes off. I realize that I want to swap out the title. So there it is. And then added some of the trees as well. And then I added some sequins. So those are the home something sequins. If you need to know, I will leave them linked down below. But there is my layout. Make sure you play along in the Facebook group for this sketch at Paper Issues, and remember to wear your crown. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.